may not need a mic. It's difficult for me to be in a box, be in one place. Some of you have seen me before, like you said, I spoke to the ambassadors. You have no idea how happy I am to be here. Someone once told me, if you set yourself on fire, the world will come and see you burn. Well, when I sleep, I'm simmering. You know when you turn the stove on simmer? That's how I am when I'm sleeping. When I wake up, it's like somebody took a bucket of gasoline and poured on me. Inside. Every day, all day. I am allergic to sleep. I do not like to sleep. You know why? I don't want to rust out. I want to wear out. I had a goal a long time ago to speak at a college. And let me tell you something about goals. If you know how to achieve your goal, it's not a goal. Let me tell you why that was a goal so far out in the stratosphere that it's unbelievable. When I was in high school, my high school counselor told me, Timothy, you are not college material. I want to jump up and down. Thank you. I don't want to go to college. Call my grandmother and tell her what I said. Because my grandmother told me, you going to college, and you know why I know you're going? I'm going to pay for it. I said, I'm not going. I don't care how much you spend, I'm not going. I didn't want to, my theme was this. When I graduate high school, that's it. I'm done. Y'all can have it studying, books. So I never took books home. So let me explain something to you. Environment is more important than heredity. Where I grew up, in my formative years, was Michigan. Really, really bad. It was a murder capital at one time. And then I moved here in high school. I didn't like it. Moved back to Michigan. Then I came back again. I graduated here in Mobile. In my neighborhood in Michigan and here in Mobile, we didn't take books home. You were a nerd, you got beat up. Especially in Michigan. If you took books home, you got chased home, you didn't do it. So I didn't do a lot of stuff. So my grades reflected that. So my grandmother, we would argue when I was in high school. You going to college? I said, I'm not going. Why do you want to spend money on somebody that is not college material? You know what she told me? That counselor does not know what you're capable of. I said, well, she got my grades, she got the transcripts. She's a counselor. If she don't know, who knows? She said, you haven't applied yourself. That's why you're getting the grades you get. She said, you're going to college, and that's it. And she said, I'm going to the school and tell the counselor. So every day, this is what we did. We argued. One day, her and my grandfather came up with this idea. They said, I tell you what, if you go to college, come home with good grades, and graduate, we'll buy you a new car. Come say it again. See, we hadn't talked about no new cars. I said, okay. Hold on a second. They were in the dining room. I went to my bedroom, got in the mirror. I said, okay. I came back and I said, okay, you got a deal. Shook my grandmother's hand. Shook my grandfather's hand. Said, you got a deal. Don't back out. I want that new car. So I started, now I got to figure out I got to go to college. Where do I go? What did I say? I'm not going 4 years. So I took the easy route. I'm going 2 years, 2.5 years. My thinking was computers was going to be everything. See, you got to think about this. In 1987, I was in high school. Think about the year 2000. Me and my friends were talking about, man, we're going to have cars, we're going to be flying. See, back then, it was the year 2000. Right now, think about the year 2027. Imagine what you're going to be doing as far as cars. That's how we were thinking back then. Went to college, got good grades, and didn't know I was smart. This is why. I was in high school one day and never took books home. We had, they have a certain period in school where you got to bring a book or you're going to take a test, you got to have a book. So I went to my locker. When I went to my locker, I couldn't remember the combination. That's how long it had been. So I got, at Barker we had double lock. So I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. I couldn't. I started guessing. And somehow I guessed it. I just kept it and then opened it up. When I opened it up, I took some books out. I had to blow on them to see the cover. Somebody dust was on. I blew them. When I did that, the dust kind of flew. And I did this. When I looked up, it was a girl standing at her locker. And she looked down at me and just shook her head. If you graduate, it will be a miracle. And for some reason, that did something to me. Like, who are you? And as a guy, when you hear stuff like that, you go, big old head self, you start talking about the girl. Who do you think you are? I'm smart. You don't want to feel dumb. You know what I'm saying? Graduated college, went on to start working in the field. Guys, I did not know I was smart. So my goal for Bishop State is this, to come here as much as I can. Because, let me tell you something, each and every one of you, you have skills you haven't developed yet. You haven't tapped into yet. You have everything you need to do anything you want to do. See, this is the thing. I'm not just going to talk. This is a school, right? I want you to ask me some questions whenever you change your mind. All you got to do is raise your hand. Because this is not about me. This is not about me. And you just sitting here, look, this is about you. This is the reason I'm here. Because I know, I didn't take books, so I know where I was to the point where I'm at right now. So I went on a journey of learning. Right now I'm a nerd. I'm introverted. Most people don't know it. They say, well, you speak, yeah, but I am. If you see me somewhere, I wouldn't even talk to you. This is the thing. I went on a mission to say, hey, if I can do what I do, can I teach people? On my job, I started teaching and training people. And then the managers hired me to do that at the job. So what I'm saying is, I have what it takes